get to work.
Work? How can you talk about work at a time like this? Are we not going to discuss what happened here last night?
Yes, we should discuss it. We have to do something about goats snoring.
Donkey, that's not what I'm referring to, and you know it. We all saw it.
We all saw it.
We didn't see nothing.
We saw nothing.
Whose side are you on?
Bah!
Goat, what did you see last night?
I was mainly preoccupied with making my chew list for the day.
I'm talking about what happened last night.
Oh, well, that was then. This is now.
Sheep, what about you?
Me? What should I have seen? Please tell me.
It was a typically dark night.
Yes, dark.
What about the star in the sky?
Yes, then it was light.
I hope you're not relying on old Fluffy over there to build your case about last night. She may be a harmless sheep, but she has a forked tongue of a serpent.
I'm not sure what to say. I'll
Come
wait.
on, Goat. You must have seen something last night. You were practically chewing on the side of the manger until after midnight.
I still do have some white threads cut in my bicuspids right there.
Goats don't have bicuspids.
Why not? I wish I did. Can you imagine the chewing I could accomplish with bicuspids?
Goat, last night?
Well, whatever I saw has little bearing on whether or not I'm going to be able to chew completely through this stalk by the end of the hour.
But you did see something.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, at least help me out here.
I distinctly remember a woman and her husband and, a baby wrapped in swaddling white cloth. Thus, the thread in my teeth.
Yes. Woman, husband, baby.
Exactly. The miracle of birth.
A miracle!
Thank you, sheep.
Bull.
Bull.
What?
What?
If you don't stop mocking everyone, I'm going to shear you and use the wool to knit a permanent muzzle over your mouth.
Hey, you don't have to be so mean to the sheep. She just says what she believes.
She repeats everything.
She believes everything.
Well, I know what I saw.
The eyes are the most deceiving part of the body.
I saw what I saw, and you'll never convince me otherwise.
So you saw a pregnant woman with her husband enter the stable?
That's right.
And the woman gave birth to a boy?
Yes. Finally, we all agree. And the light from the sky, don't forget about the light.
You mean the moon?
Not the moon, the bright light.
The stars?
This bright light which came over the stable.
Perhaps a lightning bolt?
It wasn't raining. There was the miracle of birth. The husband smiled and wiped the brow of his beloved wife. The light came through the ragged roof. Starlight, unlike any of us have ever seen before, sparkled softly on the straw as the mother placed the baby in our humble manger. Goat even stopped his chewing for a brief moment and said,
Look who's coming.
We turned and saw a shepherd walking in with radiant face, and they all knelt in front of the baby. And the sky opened up, and an angel chorus sang from the heavens, Glory to God in the highest.
You're not going to start singing, are you?
No.
Good. Because singing animals would automatically disprove this story as unrealistic fairy tale.
And talking animals don't?
Donkey, why do you refuse to believe in what you saw?
You know what I think? I think you've been nibbling on those little mushrooms down by the creek. Think of it. A shepherd showing up at a stable where there are animals? It's not like shepherds ever hang out with animals, do they? Stop being so mystical. Perhaps they were looking for a lost sheep.
Daddy!
But sheep is still here.
That proves they weren't shepherds. I mean, look at her. It's not so difficult to understand. Shepherds looking for animals. They stumble across a stable. They see a baby lying in a manger. That's not a normal sight. So to be friendly, they kneel down and take a good look at the little fellow. Goochie goochie goo, isn't he so cute and whatever.
What about the angels and the singing?
That's a stupid question.
Goat, you going to help me out here?
I have been chewing on this for a while, and I think I'm going to steer clear of this. I got no beef with the donkey.
Music can come from anywhere. A random mix of air whirling through the smallest crack in the roof can create quite a lovely sound and a chord. Breathe.
It wasn't the wind.
Well, the whole town is full of revelry, packed to the gills with people waiting for the wretched census, with nothing more to do than to sip a little wine and caterwaul loudly at the moon all night. Any one of 1,000 drunken fools could have sounded like an angel last night.
Goat, you heard the singing, you saw the light and the angels. Aren't you going to acknowledge the truth? Even this mule-headed fool will not?
Now that I have been chewing on this for a while, I have to say that he has hit the bullseye.
Bullseye!
Gee, stop that. Bull is not right.
Bull is not right.
Stop separating the sheep and the goats.
Stop separating fantasy from reality. I will not believe a word you say until you give me tangible proof.
You're as stubborn as a mule.
Am not. Donkeys are even more stubborn than mules.
No, they aren't.
Yes, they are.
No, they aren't.
Yes, they are.
Blinder.
Hey, now that's not. It's not like I would ever pull a stunt like that.
Hey, that wasn't fair either.
Let's face it. It's a draw. Forget about last night. It's cockamamie stories about miraculous births and stars and angels that get people all worked up, and before you know it, someone goes and creates a whole new religion.
Now, Bull, come here. Don't let Donkey get to you. You know he is always milking the negativity out of the room. You know, it's no wonder nobody likes him.
What about you? How can you be so calm about everything?
Yeah, the past is in the past. Why chew on an old hide that's torn to pieces when every single day there is something delightfully new to chew on?
But don't you think certain things happen for a reason?
Who am I to think? That's Sheep's job. She's the brainy one, always ready to spin a good yarn.
I just want you to know that I saw the exact same thing last night, and I would follow you anywhere. And donkey, that goes for you too.
Donkey, I may not have proof, but I do have faith. And your doubts aren't enough to shake that out of me.
Good for you, Bull, but that's not enough for me.
Look who's coming.
What?
Pardon me, but would you fine animals have time to answer a question for me?
Huh, you're a stranger in these parts, aren't you?
I am indeed. I've traveled a long way to get here.
You seem tired. Would you like to lie in the straw for a while before you venture out?
That is most kind, for I am indeed tired. But our physical bodies mean nothing when our souls are empty. Our desires must be satisfied. It is what we hope for. It is what we have waited for.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I am sorry. I had promised to ask a question, yet I have yet to offer anything resembling the interrogative. Did you happen to see the star?
There are no stars until nightfall.
Not the stars, the star. Have you seen it? We saw it last night in the vicinity of Bethlehem, but the morning sun washed it away before we could find the sacred spot.
Why are you searching for this star?
Long ago, it was written that a sign would foretell a royal birth unlike any other, a birth of hope, a birth to bring light into the darkest of places. It is all my master Balthazar has lived for.
So you are following a star to lead you to a child.
Not just a child, a king.
Nothing royal comes from the likes of Bethlehem.
Did you forget King David came from Bethlehem?
Aw, that's old news.
Old news.
True indeed.
True indeed.
You should continue your request to Jerusalem. The king is there.
We came from Jerusalem yesterday. Jerusalem has nothing for us, but the light led us here, or close to here. Did anyone see anything last night?
No, just a busy town on the brink of a census.
What do you hope to find if you find this child?
I shall then be at peace with my life, knowing that all will be well.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know how to explain it. I shall sound foolish if I try.
Please.
Hey, stop badgering old Lumpy. Can't you see he needs his rest?
I shall never rest.
Please tell us.
Balthazar is a scholar who had long foretold the day when a new king would arise, not like earthly kings, but a king of kings who would wipe away the sadness of this world.
Now, I don't see how people can spend so much time worrying about things they can't control.
I agreed, as did most people and camels where I came from. They mocked Balthazar for years, but everything changed about 1 year ago.
What happened?
Us camels had taken Balthazar and his friends to the great sea for a time of prayer. One night, we all had a dream, or a vision, or a revealing from God himself. The night sky sprung to life like 1,000 lanterns, and mixed between the strand of light themselves were angels, brilliant white, with shining faces which could not be seen by normal beasts. They sang a rapturous phrase, "Glory be to God in the highest." Then we saw angels, shepherds tending their flock. And we saw a donkey carrying a mother-to-be on its back. And the shepherds fell on their faces. and they traveled to worship a baby, just a baby, wrapped in swaddling clothes, a God child. And the visions departed. One symbol remained, the star, the sign. So we waited for the sign, and it finally appeared in the west not long ago, and we have traveled nonstop with nothing else on our hearts and minds. We just want one chance to see this child. That is all we want.
Camel, you have found the right place.
What do you mean?
Last night, just as you described, we had angels, shepherds, a donkey, a mother and her child right here. And the star in the sky, it's shone above us. We witnessed the birth of the king.
Should I have been paying more attention last night? This is starting to sound important.
Here, we have found the child.
Yes.
No.
No.
We woke in the morning and they were gone. All of them.
Gone?
Yeah, it seemed like a dream to me.
But they can't be gone. We have come so far. Bull, was it every bit as miraculous as I hoped it would be?
It was unlike anything we had ever seen.
The shepherds came.
And they bowed down.
And the angels sang.
Stop. I don't want to hear this.
What's wrong, donkey?
I was the donkey you saw. I carried her on my back for days, and now...
Donkey! Oh, donkey! Oh, there you are. Now, don't be like that. What's the matter? Oh, I see. I found a suitable place in the village for the baby and mother, and I took them there this morning. You think we left you? Oh, donkey, we could never leave you. Your sacrifice brought us here, and without you, we wouldn't have heard the angels or seen the shepherds. We need you, donkey. Don't be so stubborn. Come, let me show you where the baby is. Come.
Camel, you coming?
I'm right behind you.
Let me guess. You want to follow too?
So, what about you, Bull? You going?
After what I saw last night, I think this is the place for me.
So, those white strands that I was chewing on last night, you think they would have been valuable if I hadn't digested them?
Just think of it, goat. A king's cloak in your stomach.
Now that is something to chew on.